How's it going, YouTube? Navysooner here. So today we're going to be looking at this rifle right here, which I picked up from Classic Firearms. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so what we're looking at today is the number 4 Mark I Lee Enfield. This one was made at the Long Branch factory in Canada. The Mark IV number 1 was the main battle rifle for the British and their Empire and Canadians during World War II. Like I said before, I picked this up from Classic Firearms, and I've always just really wanted one. So that's why I'm showing you this. And also, the scary thing that's going on out there that has to do with a Mexican beer has got everybody buying up all the ammunition. And I've got plenty, I just don't want to go into my stocks to do many more reviews, so that's why we're looking at this one. Like I said, this is a Long Branch produced Lee Enfield number 4 Mark I. They also were made, obviously, in United Kingdom, Great Britain, and I believe in India, but I don't know. I'll tell you in the comments down below. And they were also made at the Savage factory in the United States. They're obviously chambered in .303 Brit because that was the round that the British used for World War I and World War II. This one was manufactured in 1943. It's got a box mag, but uses stripper clips. I don't know why they never thought about just handing out the mags, and that way they wouldn't have to worry about stripper clips in the field. It's probably something somewhere in the bureaucratic bullshit of World War II and World War I, and even now what they do. Someone somewhere said, no, we're staying with stripper clips. It is a 10-round box-fed magazine as well, which is even more than the Garand. The Garand had a leg up because it was semi-automatic though. Most of the Lee Enfields that were made in the United States had either an L sight or a ladder sight with a spring that you just slid up and down for the sight. This one, when I got it from Classic Firearms, it actually had the dial adjustment sight for it, which is pretty cool. If I remember correctly, early on they had these. I might be completely wrong again. Don't hate me in the comments. I think early on they had these sights, and then went to the spring ones that you just moved up and down, the ladder ones that you moved up and down with your fingers. And then after that, they just went straight to the L sight, the flip up and down. It's got a battle sight here. So what I like about this sight, if I were in battle, which I'm not going to be with this gun, and I hopefully won't ever be, but if you were shooting long distance and you had this dialed to a certain distance, then, uh-oh, there's a kraut. Just throw it down and you got your battle sight. That's pretty cool. Another interesting thing about this firearm is, most of y'all probably know that are watching this, that have know things about Lee Enfields, is it's a cock on close. Most guns of the time, most bolt actions of the time were cock on open, meaning when you opened it like that, it would, the firing pin would come back and cock. Now this one, it doesn't cock until you put it in. That's in the cock position. The safety is on this side of the firearm, and it's just a little lever safety. Here it's completely dead. The trigger is dead. You cannot with the safety on, you cannot run the bolt at all. With the cock on close, these guns were very fast shooting guns, especially with the turn down bolt, because your finger, if you used your middle finger, could be right here where the actual trigger is. So you can be manipulating it in your finger there. When you're manipulating the bolt, it will not come back and hit you in the face. There is a thing where Germans thought British were using machine guns because of how fast they could use these bolts. This gun looks very well used. There's some finish wear everywhere. There's definitely finish wear on the magazine. The magazine does not have the same serial number as the firearm. The import marking is right here on the bottom of the barrel at the front. There is some stamping here on the buttstock that it's kind of hard to see. I can't make out what it says. If anybody knows what that would have said, let me know. I might think about going and doing the paint on there for the stamping or whatever it was. The rifling is very dark, but still very strong, and it can shoot very well. I took it out to 300 yards and was hitting a 10-inch target. Not regularly, but I was doing it with iron sights. And I thought that was pretty adequate for the way that I shoot and for this being an old-ass gun. When I received this gun from Classic Firearms, the handguard had a nice crack in it. Let's see if it'll make out there. I was kind of upset about that because I paid for hand select. Unless all of the long branches were messed up or this was the last one, I mean, they could have gone in and deleted my payment for my hand select with that, because look at that, that's gross. So what I did to fix that was I ordered a new front upper handguard from Apex. They have a bunch of them there. They have Savage marked, then they have ones that aren't Savage marked, then they have the rear hand guards. They even have all this wood here and stocks. I think they only have short stocks and they're Savage marked, but they have a lot of stuff for the Lee Enfield, so go check them out. I also purchased this sling here from a place called epicmilitaria.com. They're out of England and they have a website and a Facebook page. I purchased this on Amazon. You should go check them out, epicmilitaria.com. I will put a link down in the description. And like I said, they have an Amazon store as well, which is where I got this sling from. I might not have it attached correctly. Please don't give me shit about that. Just tell me that it's incorrect and tell me where I can go to do it if it's incorrectly put on there. But like I said, go check them out. They have a lot of stuff, World War II memorabilia and replica stuff like this. Replica khaki sling for an Enfield. I was out at my local gun store, Fun Guns, which I get a lot of stuff at, and I also do my FFLs through. And I found this box of 303 Brit surplus, which was pretty cool. It's $20. I don't know if that's going rate for surplus. I haven't even opened the box. Oh, here we go. The box is open. Let me open it and see how these rounds look. Okay, so I'm looking at these rounds and they look pretty good. They look, don't look like they're too disheveled. I think, is that 67? I don't know if that's how they would mark what year was made or not, but it has 67 on the bottom of it. So, I mean, that was pretty cool that I found some decent looking surplus ammunition that doesn't look too corroded on the outside. So I will definitely be shooting that with the stuff. What I've been shooting the gun with is like Herder's ammunition, which it's a cheaper brand. Cabela's definitely uses them a lot, and that's where I got the 303 ammunition that I've been shooting for this gun. Well, all that being said, I purchased this gun because I've always wanted one of these. Y'all have always seen me doing like AR-15s and newer Firearms, but I just really have always wanted a Lee Enfield. I've had a Garand, I've had Mosin and Gaunts, I've had 1903s, I've had Mausers, sold them all. I just have always wanted a Lee Enfield. This one is pretty cool, and I will definitely be holding on to it for a long time. Well, that's it for this gun. Navysooner out.